good morning, good afternoon, whatever it is, wherever you are. It's me again, Jen. Hello. And it is Monday. It is the 28th of September, and we are on kind of our last few cards for the month of September with the Goddess Tarot, which is a tarot deck by written and illustrated by Chris Wilder, and it's a collection that I've had for quite some time, as can be seen from the book and the sad condition that it's in. I feel really bad about that. And I really hope that everybody's enjoyed kind of checking out these cards on a more intimate level, one by one, rather than in a spread where you kind of read a lot of different things into it at the same time. So without further ado, let's see what card we have for the start of our week for this Monday. All right. I think this is a pretty good card for a Monday, reminding us to have some balance in our week. So balance is obviously not the original, more traditional name for this card. It is one of the major arcana, and it is the number 14, and that is Temperance. And Temperance is about balance. So I think balance is an excellent name for it in this deck, and it really is going to lean more heavily into that ideal of temperance. The goddess involved with this one is Yemana. And Yemana is not a goddess I'm super familiar with, so I am open to any information or updates or comments about this character, this icon. She is part of the Santeria pantheon, so I would assume that, somebody who practices Santeria would know more about her than I do. She is a goddess of water, which is super appropriate for temperance. She's also nicknamed the Queen of the Sea or Queen Sea. I don't remember exactly how it's phrased, but she is very much that water goddess. And you can kind of see, I really love the imagery in this one. She almost is pulling the ocean up like a veil with her. And it's interesting because just yesterday I was watching some videos on YouTube, and there was a performance with mermaids where the veil was kind of the water. And so I think it's really interesting that it kind of harkens to this card right there. So Yemana is obviously more about that connection between the earth or the sands and water or the ocean. That said, in a physical sense, it is about the water and the earth, but it is also about the metaphysical or the higher self, the subconscious, and the conscious or the physical. So she kind of bridges the gap between those two things. And that's what temperance is a lot about too, is bridging that gap between the holy and the divine and the more tangible in this world, and making that connection between the two and not getting so lost in either one. Because temperance is really, again, about having that balance. You don't want to be drowning, as we say in the ocean. You don't want to be drowning in that self kind of self-absorption, the connection with the other world more than you're connected with this world. Because when you kind of get all loopy about, oh, well, I spend way more time meditating than I do in the real world. I spend way more time in dream space than I do in the real and in the physical. On the flip side, there are those who spend far too much time in the physical, where it's all about must be tangible, must be real, must be able to uh, sense it with our five senses kind of thing, and inability to connect to something that is deeper and higher than our physical bodies and the things that we can taste and touch and see. So there's always a balance. There's always going to be that need to connect to something bigger than ourselves and bigger than the tangible things that we can actually put our hands on, shall we say. But also, if we're always kind of in that other realm, we're not doing the work that needs to be done and the reason why we are in these physical bodies. We're here to learn. We're here to balance those things. Again, balance. We're here to discover the whens and the whys and the hows of physical being. And when we're like, nope, 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 I'm just gonna put put the real world away, and I don't want to deal with it, and I don't want to connect with it. That's not for me. I'm just gonna be back here in my subconscious and in my higher self all the time. You're stagnating in that sense too. So it's obviously not healthy to be all lost in the clouds all the time. It is equally so unhealthy to be all about this is physical and this is what I can touch, and I have no faith in anything beyond that. So again, balance. Find the space between those two and kind of navigate what is that line. And in this case, as this image kind of represents, is kind of walk along that shoreline, feel the waves lap against you, feel the sand kind of fall away underneath you, and then reclaim it with the next step. So it's never really gone, and the waves pull away, but they also come back, and they pull away and they come back. So there's always these treasures that are left in the sand that come from the ocean, that come from the higher self. And these treasures, these pearls, shall we say, of wisdom, and I'm going to get super analogical about this, but the pearls of wisdom and those little seeds of information and faith and all that kind of stuff that gets washed up onto the shore and then taken away at the same breath when we don't reach down and actually bring it into the real world. So be that person who dances between the physical and the metaphysical, the real and the faith, and find a place to kind of dance with that and experience that. And again, Yemana is not a character that I am super familiar with, so I'm always open to more information about her. I think this is a great card to start with for a Monday because we are about to finish the month, but we're going to finish the month in the middle of the week. So, which I always feel like is a little strange. I always feel like, hey, can we just start the month on a certain day? Or I don't know. But anyway, that's just me thinking out loud. The idea that we are kind of starting the week dancing between these things and discovering balance is a great way to look at the rest of the week and kind of plan and go, okay, well, how can I make time for myself and also get things done that are important in the physical world? Because there's always work to be done in both places. I absolutely adore this card and the beauty of it and just the expression on her face, which I hope is more obvious when I take a picture of it and post it. If you want to learn more about Yemana, let me know. Maybe I can do some research about it if people really push to say, hey, I want to know more about this character. I might find some books or something to link you guys to. Otherwise, check out the links in the description below to see all the stuff that I'm doing this week. It is Tarot Cafe Day, so we're going to be doing that. And we are also going to be doing a lot of other interesting things as October progresses. So look out for some new and exciting things in that. Always check out the playlist that goes along with these cards and see all the other cards that we looked at this month and in previous months. And until next time, have a wonderful week. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I hope you enjoy some of that cooler weather that's heading our way. So, bye!